Please don't be raining. Perfect.
Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
This is Andy Rowe from RowPaint.com. If you've thought about finishing your garage floor, patio, or business, give us a call. We have dozens of floor coating options to fit a variety of budgets and tastes. From polishing to stone finishes, decorative chips, and more, RowPaint.com is the largest applicator of specialty coatings in the Treasure Valley. Let the official coatings company of the Broncos bring you a 5-star experience and product.
My husband and I are like, we should have done this sooner. And it really changes your garage. Your garage is just so much cleaner and it stays so much cleaner. I'm not really sure how that's possible, but it does. And it's literally my favorite room in our house right now. I would definitely recommend Row Paint to my friends, family, and neighbors. The outcome was amazing. The process was amazing. Row Paint was so awesome, and I am highly impressed, and I would use them for other things as well.
RowPaint.com. Power in people, pride in painting.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's 4-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
A beautiful morning and good morning from Stadium Swim here at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Folks are already out by the pool. They're having a couple beverages. And, man, it's going to be a fun couple of days. Mountain West Media Days coverage from Bronco Nation News and our partners at KTIK. Man, I can't wait to get in that pool. Hopefully get a quick dip in a little bit later today. Johnny, we bring you into Cabana 7 here at Stadium Swim. Lighting wasn't great with the shadows and stuff, so we're showing you a wall instead of the back of Stadium Swim, but a little comfier, a little cooler out here, already well over 100 degrees, and it's going to be a fun couple of days, man.
The coverage begins. The BNN KTIK Mountain West Media Week extravaganza live from Circa Stadium Swim. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to get behind the mic with Prater this afternoon, right here in this same Cabana number 7 from the Circa VIP area here. Every time I see these areas, I think of this is stupid, but I think of Rob Gronkowski, partying his ass off, hanging out with
the owner's suite up there on the far right, where he'd be with Derek Stevens taking shots up there. And,
it truly is a partier's paradise, and we're going to do the absolute best we can to provide the top flight coverage. And we're down here on a mission. We really are. I mean, we weren't out late partying last night at all, BJ. No. We were ready to go this morning, and we're ready to go for the next 2 days. Today's kind of the warm-up because tomorrow at this time we'll, of course, be in the casino on the 3rd floor in the event for the Mountain West Media Day kickoff. But today, and we're hanging out by the.
Get your questions in, your comments in. We're having some fun talking Boise State football, talking Mountain West Media Days football, and this show is going to be awesome. And again, we'll be here for the next 45 minutes or so. Johnny and Prater will be on 2 to 5. We'll have a couple video segments on there, so make sure you're staying tuned. Bob Beeler 3:45 and myself at 4 o'clock will both be
3 to 6 Mountain Time.
Yeah, but for our live video segments, will be 3:45 and 4. 3 to 6, their live show. They'll be out here, and we got a lot to talk about today, Johnny. I'm very rarely right, but when I am, I make sure folks know that I was right. And
yeah, you do.
I called a couple of things that are happening, and we'll get to those in a second. But first, again, Stadium Swim. This place is incredible, and we were just out looking over the balcony talking to Aaron, our buddy from the sports marketing department, giving us the details of the Jonah Dalmas kick.
Yeah.
It is happening tomorrow right out here. And again, I'll play this video that I played earlier because you can see it, and then maybe I'll freeze it. But right there in the far corner of the up in the front, there's some chairs, and there is a little green grass area. I'll pause the video right there, and up there in the corner, you can kind of see it there up in front by the screen. Up here, there's going to be he is going to kick from grass, and he's going to attempt 65 yards, about 60 to 65 yards, all the way across the pool here. And they have bought goalposts that they will be setting up on the right far side of the pool here. So he is literally going to kick from one side of Stadium Swim all the way to the other, and they're going to set the field goal post right there on the far right there, kind of by the jacuzzi up there in the corner. And you could literally be in the pool tomorrow, Johnny, enjoying a beverage, watching field goals from Jonah Dalmas go flying over your head.
Yay for Jonah Dalmas. Yay for the Mountain West. Yay for Circa. Cool that stuff like this happens. Why? Because it's fun. Jonah's a fun guy. He's colorful. He's got massive personality, BJ, and they want to highlight that. And obviously the other thing you'll get to too, but I mean, that's just cool. You have a kicker who's on pace to break the all-time field goals made record, and they're going to kind of do, I call it Circus McGurkus. This is maybe a Circa McGurka, and I like that, BJ. It's going to be fun. I know you'll be getting video. We will too. Hopefully we can all get out here and make that happen. He's going to – this is like if Evel Knievel was a kicker. It's almost like an Evel Knievel kicker type of deal. So
it's actually,
you know me, man. I
was thinking of the guy. What's his name that does the tight roping? He went across the Grand Canyon. He went across the Nick Wallenda. And I was thinking about is that I'm showing that. First of all, Vegas would be an awesome spot to do a high wire tightrope. But yeah, kicking the field goal all the way across the pool. They're not sure they're going to have betting odds on it. You got to get that approved by the commission and all this. But maybe they can give away a free beer or something to a guy if he makes the kick. I mean, they're gonna have some fun. Play this up. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, so another thing that is happening that I called back in April. I looked it up. April 17th, I said the Mountain West needs to do, and Boise State need to do this. Ashton Jeanty is coming down to Las Vegas. April 17th, I think it was. I said, who cares that he's not 21? Send him anyway and do it outside. They're not exactly doing it outside. They're doing it right across Fremont Street here at the Golden Gate, which is another property that Derek Stevens and Circa own. But Ashton Jeanty coming down to Las Vegas, coming down to Media Days. He's doing an event with the Pac-12 and the national media, the Pac-2. They're doing a little media happy hour thing at the Bellagio and invited a lot of the national media to come over that were at the Big 12. So he's doing a national thing at the Bellagio, then coming over to talk to all of us at the Golden Gate right outside Circa tomorrow night. Not 21, but Ashton Jeanty, Boise State, the conference still making an effort to send him down here. I think that's pretty cool.
How do you deserve some of the credit on this thing?
Because
all the credit.
Because I said in April that they should do it.
You said, hey, get him down here.
I talked to Spencer Danielson about it. I'm taking the credit for it.
Yeah, you did.
I told Patrick Walsh.
You put the birdie
I did.
in SD's ear.
I told Patrick Walsh, and then at one of the practices, we were talking to Spencer. It might have even been the famous off-the-record press talk with Spencer Danielson, where I said, you should send him anyway.
Maybe
Ashton Jeanty needs to go. He needs to be at Media Days. Put him outside. And when I posted that he was going down there, I think it's over 100,000. I'll check the number real quick while we're talking. But the whole point of it was to make it a story, to get Ashton Jeanty's name and Boise State's name out there publicly. And that's happening now. So we're at 114,000 views on that tweet that I said that he's now coming. This was yesterday. So
on behalf of the Mountain West, thanks. Yeah. On behalf of Boise State, thanks.
Exactly. But that's why you're doing
it. On behalf of college football, thanks, man. I mean, that's good promotion. I think the Mountain West needs to do stuff like this. I have always said that, matter. Do the little extra to get some attention if you think you need it in the world of college football. That is, my gosh, so attention heavy, BJ. Everybody wants attention. I always say it's weird. It's like in college football now, it's better to be cool than it is good. Look at Colorado. Like, they're cool, and everybody follows them and pays attention or talks about them, and they get a lot of attention. But they're not good, and sometimes it's better to be cool. This is cool, I think, for the Mountain West to do this. Now, I don't know what the buzz will be. I think now they're doing the Washington State, Oregon State happy hour, if you will.
Yep.
And I believe they're attaching this Ashton Genty thing to that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
is he gonna be
because all the national media that were at the Big 12, the Pete Thamels of the world, the Brett McMurphys, all the national reporters are going to the Big 12 at Allegiant. Then that ends at like 4, and they're all going over to the Bellagio to get this happy hour with the Pac-2. And now if you're a national media guy and you're standing there and the Ashton Genty goes up to a podium, you'll go over there and talk to him. And so I think it's just an extra way to kind of force him in front of the national media.
Yeah, and that way you can kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
If you're one of those reporters that you referenced, okay, I want to get comments with Dickert and Bray, those 2 coaches, find out what the heck they're dealing with over there. And then, by the way, there's the best player in the group of 5, a future NFL draft pick. And you know what? When else is a Pete Thamel, a Brett McMurphy ever going to get a couple minutes in person, sit down with Ashton Genty? They may not. So, I mean, they're checking a lot of boxes with this thing, BJ. Good for them. And the more attention, I mean, the Mountain West needs that attention. And I don't know how this league is going to play this year. I don't know how it's going to unfold. I don't know if it's going to be Boise and a bunch of other schools. If Boise slips, who's going to step up? I don't know what Fresno and Air Force are going to do. I love the fact for them that they dodge Boise State.
Yeah.
I think that is a very big deal for those programs that Boise State dodges both of them. So I just don't know where the league's going to work out. The Mountain West needs all the attention it can get. And if Ashton Genty does knock the cover off the ball, I'm talking, they handle Georgia Southern, easy peasy. Genty has his typical workload, boom. And then they go into Autzen, and Ashton Genty has, let's just say, the best game he's ever played. And the Ducks can't stop him. And then all of a sudden there's this massive, big-time national story with Ashton Genty, Heisman candidate. And maybe you can look back at events like this, what they're doing. That helped him. More people were paying an eye on him before. It's just, you need to do some of that in Boise State. Certainly is cognizant in that regard, BJ.
Again, live at Stadium Swim out here at Circa Resort and Casino. We're at Cabana 7. We're hanging out. And, Johnny, this what you mentioned, thinking of Rob Gronkowski, but this would be a fun spot. You get some buddies together for a bachelor party or just a guy's weekend. You all put in a couple $100 and get the cabana. It's got the lockbox, the fridge, all the games are on TV, and then you got a great view of Stadium Swim. And the pool is 15 feet from us as well. So I mean, not a bad setup here. So make sure you check out the cabanas, check out Stadium Swim next time you're here at Circa Resort and Casino. And Johnny, kicking off our coverage here, I mentioned that you do have the betting odds here. We're going to get to this in a minute in our next segment, some Mountain West best bets and odds from Circa. We're looking forward to that, and we'll talk about that in a second. But just being down here, coming in on the limo last night, there was some talk about Mike Prater's shirt. There's a couple folks on here commenting, saying it's offensive to be coming as covering Boise State media wearing a Idaho volleyball T-shirt. Your thoughts on Mike Prater's attire last night? I did ask him, are you okay if we take the picture?
Crazy about a shop dress, man. God, who doesn't? There is a story behind it.
Yes.
And here we go. It's nothing spectacular. I wish it was. I was on campus at Idaho, and I was at the bookstore buying some gear, and they had this clearance bin, this clearance rack. And there was a shirt that said Idaho volleyball, what he was wearing. And it's I'm not going to say the size, but it was big enough to fit Mike Prater. And this is before Prater went on that diet and lost all that weight. Now he looks great.
Yeah, the shirt's big.
So it was just a big shirt.
Yeah.
And it was on sale for like $6.99, $8.99. It was in the clearance bin. So I'm like, you know what? Prater needs a Vandal shirt. I'm buying this for Prater. I didn't know if he was going to wear it ever. And then sure enough, every couple times a year, he'll show up to the office sporting his Idaho volleyball. I don't think there was anything behind it, but it was hilarious, man. That picture there, and Prater shows up. in a Vandal volleyball shirt.
I knew I had a bad feeling that people were going to notice that and make a comment, so I wanted to get a picture of the limo. I said, "Prater, are you okay if we get one with your shirt?" Because I knew that might be an issue. Sure enough, it was. He said, "Yeah, heck yeah, let's take the picture." I said, "Okay."
He doesn't care. Yeah, he's cool.
Nate says Idaho gear is always on clearance.
No, I mean,
let's see here. Derek says this is why Lee Marks tried to police the colors at practice. Give an inch, you take a mile. Do you remember that? Yeah. Lee Marks and I wore a red polo shirt. Me and Paul Gerke showed up wearing red, and Lee Marks was not a fan of it. And we got into it, and for about 2 months straight, every time Lee Marks would see me, he wouldn't say a word and just stare me down as he walked by.
You told on him.
Well, I think I put it on Twitter or something too. I just said it was.
Yeah, you went public with it, like, "Hey, Lee Marks."
Well, I also challenged him.
I was wearing a red polo, and he thought he thought you were repping Fresno, and you're like, "Dude, I don't even rep Boise. I'm working for the Idaho French Fruit. I'm just a nerdy sports writer, man. I just need a quote from you on the running back."
He was the assistant strength coach at that point. So he goes, "Who are you?" And I go, "Who are you?" And that didn't go too well.
Lee Marks was a popular player here.
I know. It didn't go too well.
And then you told on him. You said, "Hey, Lee Marks, this guy, he called me out."
You can't tell us what to wear. Come on.
Yeah, BJ told.
But now I think we're actually I'd say we have a good relationship. We saw each other awkwardly in the diaper aisle of Babies R Us.
That'll do it.
We were both with our wives at Babies R Us, and we hashed it out. And right there over diapers, we hugged it out over some huggies.
What a crazy deal! I think you caught Lee on a wrong day. He was probably
he's a great guy now,
something, and he was just like, these yahoos showing up here every day, and I got to look at this. Oddly enough, Lee Marks has a lot more Fresno gear than BJ Rains does.
That is hilarious that he is now at Fresno State. Yeah,
he was there a while. So anyway,
he was there. Yeah,
I remember those times. Yeah, Lee, he didn't he wanted you to wear blue to the Boise.
Can you read this comment in your voice here for us, please?
What voice?
Come on. You got the Tyree's got the private jet flying, Leon Rice.
Private jet flying. Marlene Trump high-fiving. Limousine driving. Circa Sports swimming. Black Jack winning. BJ Rains.
And the ball game. Oh, man. We did just briefly, just to say we did, because it might be the only chance we did, walk Fremont Street last night.
We did.
And walked through and may have put a couple bucks quickly down on a game, and then that was about it. But it was a fun evening. And, man, Fremont Street, you never know what you'll see, man.
Have you ever been to White Castle? The little burger joint?
On Fremont Street?
Just any White Castle.
I have. They have one on Fremont Street.
Yeah,
and
dude.
It's actually the spot that if I'm really hungover or something and need some food, I will go there at 9 a.m. for breakfast or whatever and get all those carbs and that soggy bread.
Order
and just,
14 of those burgers, man. They have chicken ones too. I've never been back east, so I've never done the White Castle thing. They have a White Castle on Fremont, so I try to hit that up, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Sanford got grief for wearing BSU gear into the Colorado State press booth. He did, I believe, the day he came and did the post-game show with me.
Yeah, but he's an alum.
He's there with a press pass, though.
I know it's a press pass. You're not supposed to do that unless you're working for the school. I know people watching might not know that, but they do. I mean,
there's no cheering in the press. He wasn't doing any of that. But
no, but they don't. People look at you more than you're just wearing like a brown belt with black shoes. It's like a fashion faux pas, oddly enough, in the press box, kind of what you're wearing. And you don't want to cheer anyway, though.
Jordan Morales says, he's right. Lee Marks did go to Washington.
Yeah, he's there now, right?
Yep, but he was at Fresno
for a long time.
Yeah,
with Kirby, right?
He left Boise State to go to Fresno.
Okay.
Yeah, that was. Hey, we got a lot of Mountain West odds. We got some betting odds and maybe a surprise snub on the Heisman list we can get into. But first, Cutwater Spirits, more than 35 flavors of premixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Perfect for that next trip to Stadium Swim. They're selling the Cutwaters out here by the pool. Grab one or three and have a great time with Cutwater Spirits. Our title sponsor, roepaint.com, roepaint.com, if you're listening to the podcast version of this and can't see the graphic. But all your concrete coatings, all your different interior, exterior residential painting. Johnny, my family and I, we were trying to we tried to do a couple walls in our new house ourselves, painting-wise, and it didn't go too well. So we are calling the professionals at roepaint.com to come do the upstairs and to touch it up for us. And I can't wait to use them because they are the best in the business. Affordable pricing. They do a great job. all your painting needs. Check out our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. We're all football this week, Johnny, but all next week we'll be all basketball with the TBT team being back in town. Tyson Degenhart's going to be a part of the broadcast with you and I. That's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. So ICCU.com. And again, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. All your banking needs. Check them out. We appreciate them. Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. We purchased our home. We sold our home using Matt Bauscher and his team, and Sarah Kelly Cade. The whole crew there at Bauscher Real Estate did a tremendous job. So super appreciative of Matt and his team. And again, when you're looking for that next purchase or you're looking to sell your home, look no further than the folks at Bauscher Real Estate. And of course, Ridley's Family Markets as well. 14 locations across the state of Idaho. They got a couple down there in the Magic Valley, some in the Treasure Valley. I love that McCall location if you're going up to McCall for a weekend here in the summer. So check them out, Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. And again, you can download that Skip app and get some big savings there at shopridleys.com. All right, John Mallory, we are back, and you've got the by the way, I noticed our graphic that I made before the show, we're sitting on the wrong side here, so I should be on that side, but people know who we are, hopefully, that are watching this, so oh well. But Circa Sports, conference championship odds, playoff odds, all kinds of stuff. You dove in hours. You've got notes. You've got stuff highlighted. You put your homework in on here. Let's see where we want to start. Let's just go to win the Mountain West Conference.
Yes, win the Mountain West.
To win the Mountain West Conference. You guys let us know. We'll run you through the odds here, but bets you like, bets you don't like, and obviously we'll start it off to win the Mountain West Conference. They just have a yes or no.
Yeah,
Will this team win the Mountain West?
You can bet yes, or you can bet no. Like if you wanted to say, okay, I can pretty much guarantee that New Mexico is not going to win the conference.
By the way, Lee Marks went to Memphis now.
Okay, thank you for
they're correcting us.
We're right off Lee Marks' Wikipedia page. If you bet New Mexico not to win, I don't think New Mexico is going to win the league year one with Bronco Mendenhall.
How much do you have to risk to win $100?
I'm going to risk $47,000, and I'll make 100. Think how crazy that is.
But
obviously,
if you've got that kind of money, and
no, that would never happen. But I'm just kind of highlighting the fact that you can bet a team to not win the league. Boise State, for example, if you just think, I don't think Boise State's going to win it, you'd be surprised. They are minus 165 just to not win the league. That tells me how much Circa Sports feels Boise State will win this league. You're not even getting even money on a bet for them not to win.
To win the league, you're barely getting even money, plus 135.
Yeah, plus 135 for Boise State to win the Mountain West. Meaning, if I say Boise State's going to win going to win the league, here's $100. You'll win 135 on that bet. You'll get 235 back. So that's what the bet's like there, plus 135. The other teams, because that's not interesting. Boise State is a big time favorite in this thing, right?
I don't even think that's that great of a bet if you're only getting 135.
I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't advise people to bet Boise State to win the Mountain West.
I think they'll win. I think they'll probably win, but not with those odds. You're not getting much for your money there.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if Boise State wins the Mountain West, you gotta like their shot of being in the mix for the playoffs.
Yep, we'll get to those in a second.
And I like those odds a little better. So Boise State, not a good bet to win the league there. You just don't get a lot of economic value there, BJ. Now,
who else in the league do you like?
Here's what I love. Air Force. Now, I know they don't win the league like ever. It's weird. They win all these games all the time, but they're never in the conference championship game either. It's like they just miss every year. Well, they dodged Boise State this year. Like I said earlier, that's a loss that every team on Boise State's schedule will most likely have to endure, right? You're going to lose to Boise State. Air Force and Fresno, for that matter, they dodge that. So they don't have to worry about that. I think that's going to show up in the standings, BJ. Air Force to win the Mountain West is plus 900. That's 9-1. That's 9-1. You bet $100 on that, you're going to get back basically $1,000 on Air Force to win the league. And I think outside of Boise, for me, it's Air Force and Fresno State because they're kind of the old reliables. I trust them.
Fresno State is plus 350.
Fresno's plus 350.
If you can get Air Force at plus 900, though, you could hedge your bet if they get to the championship.
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is get Air Force to the title game, and then you could easily bet the other side and hedge your bet there. Fresno is 350. Anybody else on there? The one that surprised us, and I'm really surprised by this because I didn't realize that Wyoming has better odds than UNLV to win the conference.
People are high on the Jay Saville bandwagon, BJ. No, I don't know. I'm just saying that. But you're right. UNLV is another good bet. Plus 2,000. That's 20-1. They were in this championship game last year. Now, I don't know. Maybe Barry Odom has the magic wand. Maybe he is this guy, this culture builder, and it's not going to be a one-hit wonder, right? And we're going to figure out this year, like, dang, Barry Odom's a really good coach. So good that he's probably going to be in the Power or wherever somewhere next year. Where he came from. I think that could be the case. So UNLV at plus 2,000, 20-1. I mean, if you want to throw a couple bets, bet Air Force, bet UNLV, maybe consider Fresno as long shots. But yeah, probably stay away from Boise. Other than that, BJ, I wouldn't bet any money on any of these Mountain West teams, man. I mean,
you're not like in Nevada plus 25,000.
No. I don't think Choke can pull that off year one. But yeah, that's kind of it. It's a weird Mountain West this year. There's all these new coaches. There's not very many returning star players. It's kind of a year. College football goes through this sometimes. You're in like a transitional year. Where there's like some years you'll have it like, oh man, there's 9 returning quarterbacks in the league this year. This isn't one of those years.
No, it's not. Do you have Mountain West win totals in your packet here?
Mountain West win totals? No, I don't believe I do.
You don't have over-unders?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we do.
What do you want to know?
Boise State, I believe, was at 9. Is that still correct?
Boise State, Circa Sports right now, you go bet it, you go see it. It is 9.
And it was like 8 or 8.5. It's been creeping up.
Which means if they do finish 9-3, you don't get any postseason on this. It's a 12-game bet, regular season only. 9-3 gets you your money back. That's a push. I like that because I don't see Boise State going 8-4.
That would be such a buzzkill this year.
Oh my God, 8-4 and they're farting around in the New Mexico Bowl. Like, no, dude, that can't happen this year, 3J. No, they got to get this thing going. So yeah, I like Boise State on the over. Now it's minus 130. So you're not going to even get even money if it does hit the over. But $100 on that, you'll win what, 70 back, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what the math computes to. But yeah, I mean, I think Boise State wins. I think they go over. I think they're over 10. I think they'll win 10.
Any others you like? Mountain West over under?
Yes,
2.5 for Jeff Choate.
I would take the over on that. They play 13 games too. They traveled to the island and they took advantage of the extra home game. Beat your FCS opponent, and then I mean, come on, San Jose, New Mexico, Utah State, I think might be in shambles this year.
Talk about them in a second.
I mean, there's just not a lot. I mean, Choate can't win a couple of those games. To me, a couple of those games will be coin flips, and I think Choate's going to fire them up. I think they're going to play better than maybe their talent thought that they could, that would allow them to play, whatever that.
And you mentioned Utah State. They're just kind of surprisingly high.
Utah State's weird.
Yeah.
Utah State's over/under win total right now is 5. I mean, you really think they're going to be 6-6 this year, going to the Potato Bowl again with a new coach and a new staff and new administrator? Dude, Utah State at 5? I got Utah State winning 3 or 4 games. Bless their heart. It's not their fault. They're going through some stuff. It happens to teams. But yeah, I think they're going to start the coaching search whenever. Utah State 5. I mean, if they're a scrappy 6-6, I will be shocked. Is poor maybe as this league is with all those other teams. I still like San Jose State, even Nevada, San Diego State certainly over teams like Utah State. BJ now, and they don't. Utah State does. I will give them this. I got my notes here too. Utah State, I do like this about them. They dodge Air Force and Fresno. That's big for Utah State because those are 2 easy peasy losses for Utah State. They're not beating Fresno and they're not beating Air Force. So they dodge those 2 teams. They still play Boise though, but still, even all that trying to defend them.
Yeah.
BJ, Utah State 6-6. What? I would bet against that.
And people are asking about if that line changed. Do we know if that line has moved since the coaching change?
I don't know for certain, but I've looked at these lines often and I haven't seen anything change, maybe outside of the Boise State one, but I don't know if they were always at 9 too. So I'll tell you that you get 5 today, So maybe you want to go make that bet before it does drop to 4.5.
Someone's asking how long we're hanging out at Circa. We'll be out here. We'll be out here another 15, 20 minutes. And then, Johnny, you and Prater, 2 to 5. You'll be doing your show Pacific time. 3 to 6 back in Boise. Folks are down here and live in Vegas, whatever. Well, I'm sure Mike Prater might waive his autograph fee to sign a glossy. Do you guys bring the glossy photos down? Or?
Yep, we did. Okay. All set up.
Yep, you can bring your Sharpie, and Prater and Johnny will sign for you if you want to come say hello. But let's see. The Mountain West has some new good coaches. See the conference getting stronger.
It could.
You think so?
Well, if they hit on a couple of these coaches, then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, that was a good hire. Ooh, those were good hires too. We got teams coming up and coaches that know what they're doing. 100%. That could be the case. Yes. Also, it could be the flip of that. And we know what that is too. And some missed hires. And all of a sudden, this is a league with Boise State, Air Force, Fresno. I don't know who else is in that group. Maybe UNLV, maybe San Diego State. I don't know, and then you have a bottom tier, BJ, that just kind of beats each other up and just lives in the bottom neighborhood of the standings.
Tyree says 9-3 is the floor for Boise State, so that he likes the over there. Boise. Sean Lewis cooking and recruiting. I do like Sean Lewis. Somebody asked when the coach-player interviews start. Those will be tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Here in Vegas, 10 a.m. back in Boise. We're going 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. 8 straight hours of coverage between Bronco Nation News and KTIK. We will have a 5-hour live stream tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. Make sure you're here right at 10 a.m. We are really looking forward to this, and we're going to have players tomorrow. We've got Ricky White, I think Woodard, the linebacker for UNLV. We've got the Fresno running back. We've got the quarterback for Hawaii joining us. The running back for Wyoming, I think, are the guys we're going to be getting. So, and then the Utah State quarterback, I think, also to kind of talk about their situation there. So we got 4 or 5 players. We got Commissioner Navarez coming on tomorrow as well, Johnny. Commissioner Navarez will be coming on. We're going to have Jay Tuss. We're going to have you. We're going to have Prater. Mike Sanford, man, is in Las Vegas right now.
The stadium right now.
He is at Allegiant Stadium getting some work in for the Big 12 Media Days. He'll be joining us this evening. We're going to have a nice little steak dinner on BNN tonight, Johnny. I know you're looking forward to I even told Johnny, make sure you bring some pants and a collared shirt here. And we had to, Prater brought pants. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Prater wear pants.
It's very rare.
We're going to have Mike Prater wearing pants tonight.
He has to go. That's dress code, huh?
Yes, yeah.
You know, I will say, and for to answer the question too, the way they're working media days this year and kind of how they'll always do it. One day, like tomorrow, is just the players. And then Thursday is just the coaches. So tomorrow you'll hear from but everything BJ said. Plus that Jonah kicking contest out here at Circa is going to be tomorrow because that's the players' day. So tomorrow will be all about the players, KTIK as well. And then Thursday, my favorite day personally. I love it. You give me a coach.
Oh, no doubt.
Over a player
By the way, while you guys are out here, they are doing an event for the players this evening at Stadium Swim. So you may see, they ran off this pool, probably this pool or that pool over there.
Yeah.
I was here last year. We saw it. I think you guys were doing your show, and they had, Riley Smith and DJ Schramm and all the players mingling together and out here at the pool. So the players will be here in this afternoon, and then they'll do some things tonight. And then, yes, all day tomorrow we'll talk to players. We do have Commissioner Navarez coming on tomorrow as well. Mike DeFee, the rules coordinator for the Mountain West.
What do you want to ask him?
You remember him too? He's the big beefy guy that did the national championship game a couple years ago.
The head of the officials. What do you want to ask that guy?
New rules this year. Last year they changed, what are the new rules? Kind of just we'll go talk us through some of the timing changes. Now they have the 2-minute warning in college. There's now a 2-minute warning.
I like
that stops the clock with 2 minutes left. And
it's like a bonus timeout that you get.
So there's some other rules changes, and just want to talk through some of the targeting and just some other things with him. So again, 10 a.m. tomorrow. We're not ending the show. We're just we're still going for a little while here. I'm just throwing out the plug again. 10 a.m. tomorrow until 3 p.m. tomorrow. Bronco Nation News YouTube channel, a 5-hour live stream. We'll just keep the stream going, see who comes, who stops by. We got all kinds. We do have a schedule. I've got a schedule that we'll have different guys at different times, and looking forward to that. We're going to have Torrey Horton's coming on tomorrow as well. Forgot about Torrey. Maybe the player here that most people want to talk to.
Colorado State receiver. He's had an exceptional career. He came back, surprised a lot of people too. I've never interviewed him. I haven't seen him in a press conference. I'm not sure what personality, where his is and whatnot, but interested to meet and talk to Torrey Horton too. He looks like he's going to have a big year, BJ, and I think Jay Norvell and that returning quarterback, they're going to put the ball in Torrey Horton's hands often. I'm thinking 13, 15, 16 targets a game there. Yep. They're really going to feed him.
So 10 to 3 tomorrow will be live on BNN. Then 3 to 6, you'll be live on KTIK. And then we'll do it again on Thursday. We'll have Jeremiah Dickey scheduled to do a live interview with both our outlets on Thursday, see what he's willing to say about the situation at Houston. So we'll have Jeremiah Dickey on Thursday. We'll have Spencer Danielson on both our shows. So 8 hours of coverage both days, 10 to 3 on BNN on the YouTube channel, 3 to 6 on KTIK. Looking forward to that. And there it is from the man himself. The most dynamic holder in Boise State history has landed. Let the shenanigans begin, boys.
Excited to see the Sandman here, and he doesn't get enough credit for that. He was the holder on a team that led the nation in scoring 3 consecutive years. Mike Sanford played a role on that roster. He did, one of the best holders in America.
Well, but we all can't be SBCC track stars.
PJ, come on, man. Yes, everyone.
I don't know how I didn't know this. I don't know how many of you know this, but when you're sitting on a plane and just kind of chit-chatting with the person next to you, and Johnny was on the aisle, I was on the window. Mike Prater probably smartly did not want to sit by us. He just kept on walking to the back of the plane yesterday.
Yeah.
But somebody sat down in the middle, just kind of chit-chatting. Nice guy. Was visiting Boise and tells us he's from Santa Barbara. And I'm kind of looking out the window, just listening to some music out of one ear and kind of half listening. And I hear John Mallory start I would say bragging to this guy that he was a track star at Santa Barbara Community College, long jump, triple jump, high jump. I don't know if I just never knew this or I forgot or what, but I hope you guys I hope you guys realize this is a former college athlete, John Mallory, that you now should be taking his opinions and his sports thoughts way more seriously. Because this guy was there and he's been there and he's done that.
I've been in the arena.
John Mallory, high jumping at Santa Barbara Community College. I'm impressed, man.
I got my ass kicked in a meet once for long jump. I think maybe it was at Ventura College. You're talking like Long Beach Poly, Mount Sac, Compton College. That's the conference. I was on the team for a month. The guy asked me, hey, so what were you doing in Santa Barbara? I went down there for a year, community college. I thought I was going to do the track thing. After a month in there, I thought, okay, I can't compete at this level. It's quite obvious, even at the Southern California JC. So
you just said, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah. And I just lived in Santa Barbara and just partied, whatever. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Why do you even spend time on that? Like, that's why I went down there. I was on the track
talk about Mike
for a month. I participated in like 2 meets, maybe 3. I don't even remember. It was a long time ago.
I picture Mike Sanford, being a former athlete holding it. And then you have another former athlete part of BNN as well.
You know how easy it is to play community college track? You just go there and tell the coach you want to be on the team, basically. Okay.
We're back, I think. Hopefully you guys are still there. There you go. We're back, Johnny. I don't know what happened there. We're still live. We're back. Hope you're still there. Let the heckling begin. Yes, we're connected to an Ethernet cord. I don't know what happened.
I know, right? You think you should get, clear, crisp. We'll work on that. Hopefully there won't be an issue this afternoon.
All right. I do need to thank a couple of our sponsors real quick, and then we'll wrap up the show with the playoff odds, John Mallory. Let's thank Lithia Ford of Boise. Appreciate them. LithiaFordBoise.com. View that full inventory at LithiaFordBoise.com. Make your next purchase of a Ford car or truck at Lithia Ford of Boise. Taco Bell, check them out. TacoBellWorks.com. SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. We appreciate their support. They donate a ton of money to Boise State student-athlete scholarships for the men's and women's basketball teams, and they're hiring as well. So if you're looking to get a job, check them out. TacoBellWorks.com. The Blue and Orange Store, all your Boise State gear, your Ashton Genty Heisman gear. We ask you to get that at the Blue and Orange Store as well. Check it out, theblueandorangestore.com. And again, great deals on shipping as well if you're not in the area. TCS, Transportation Compliance Service. If you're looking to get into the trucking industry, highly recommend the fine folks out at TCS. All your overweight DOT permits, anything you need, check them out. Transportation Compliance Service. And Johnny, we're signing people up for the contest while we're down here. Circa Sports, $16 million is the number in guaranteed prizes. $10 million for Survivor, $6 million for the Circa Millions. And again, we can sign you up through Tom Carroll, our proxy, and it is 100% legal to play in Idaho or anywhere in the United States using a proxy. So if you're interested in the football contest, reach out to us. We'll hook you up with our proxy, Tom Carroll. We'll help sign you up, and you can win $10 million in the Survivor. And Johnny, I know you like they have a composite NFL schedule down there that's laminated that I think you're going to get and hang in your office there at back in the studio.
I love those things. I used to keep one of those in my wallet. The little card with the little NFL grid schedule. It's shockingly, when you're a geek like me with the NFL, just how often you spend time thinking like, oh yeah, who do the Falcons play this week? I forget, that type of thing. There's 16 games in that league.
Johnny's athletic exploits broke the internet, so I guess you're.
I know people are making fun of me on X, but I'm used to it. Keep it coming. Right, I get it. I can take it. I don't give a rip.
That was hopefully our one technical issue for the whole week right there. Playoff odds. Boise State, again, yes or no, will they make the college football playoff?
4-1 is the odd, plus 400. You'll get, every dollar you spend, they'll give you 4 back if they just make the tournament. I like that a lot, BJ, because I think they're going to win the Mountain West. You got to think like sections. Like in order to even make the college football playoff, obviously you have to win your league unless you're an at-large team in Boise State. That will never happen as an at-large in a group of 5 getting into that tournament. You have to win it. So there's only going to be 5 G5 teams that are even eligible, BJ. So, and I think Boise State's got as good a shot.
They like Liberty because of the schedule, I guess.
Liberty will, in their league, Liberty has better odds probably because they think they're going to go undefeated again. But Liberty will be one of those teams. You get plus 400 on a team that I think will at least be eligible. I like that bet, man. I do.
Yeah, plus 400.
Plus 400 for Boise State. Fresno is the only other Mountain West program on here that I saw with odds to just make the playoffs. They didn't put Air Force or even UNLV on here, but Air Force, 1,500, 150 to 1. For Fresno to qualify for that playoff.
We were talking about it when the internet went out, so I don't think anyone heard it. Over-unders, couple former Boise State quarterbacks. You're looking at some of their numbers.
I like the unders on both teams. Arkansas, it's not just quarterback. Wake Forest, it's not just quarterback. They have a lot of issues in a lot of areas.
Hank Bachmeier, Wake Forest, though. I think some people, that's going to be an interesting one.
It's going to be a 6th week 1 start. I don't know, and I'm trying to do the research, but I'm just factoring. I don't think that could have ever happened. A week 1 starter, 6 straight years.
DJ Harper didn't do that.
No red shirts in between, nothing. 6 straight years starting week 1. If Hank wins the gig, and Hank in August, he always wins gigs, man. He's Mr. August. He'll win the job. But BJ, back to that real quick. Wake Forest, 4.5. So they got to win. They got to go 4-8, and I think they will, or worse. Arkansas, they got their hands full in the SEC. Their over-under is 5, and I like the under on that too. I like the unders on both ex-Boise State quarterbacks. I think they're in tough situations.
Johnny, aside from the short internet thing there, off to a good start. Excited to be here. It is hot, man. We walked outside the door. It is hot down here at Circa Resort and Casino, but I know 2 to 5 here in Vegas, 3 to 6, the usual time back in Boise. You guys got a good show planned today.
We do, man. Today we're going to hit it out of the park, getting you ready for tomorrow and Thursday, which are just, whirlwinds of sports and preparation. I said this yesterday on the air, BG. I'll say it again on your airs. If you have a random holiday vacation day that you can take, tomorrow and the next day would be, take the day off, hang out on your couch, pull your laptop up, put the BNA pod on the big screen. BNN. What'd I say?
BNA.
Oh, okay. BNN. And then, have KTIK streamed. Like, this would be a low-key fun day off to take because you get 8 straight hours of coverage. 8 consecutive hours of sports.
And if you're a Mountain West and a football fan in particular,
you're ready.
Yeah.
Eat it up.
We did about 3 straight for basketball. Everybody loved it. They said, we want more, so let's go for 5. You've been telling me to do that for a while. You said, turn the stream on. Just get it going and see who
let
comes.
It go.
But we shouldn't have too many breaks or anything. I got it planned out pretty nicely to have guests, and so looking forward to it, Johnny. Appreciate you for coming over. They're just saying they're going to play it at work. They don't care. That's fine, too.
Totally.
That's fine,
of course
too.
They will. But, a low-key day off, invite friends over, get the grill going, and celebrate Mountain West football.
Tailgate and watch BNN's football. Yeah, do that.
Low-key day off.
By the way, there were a couple people here asking about it, Johnny. I think today is the day we finally get the new uniforms.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much. I think it'll be, Is that even different? Oh, okay. Yeah, I see words. I don't think it's going to be much, but cool. Good for people love uniforms.
I think today's the day. I think this afternoon
I think it is too. So we'll talk about those uniforms, and your boy Travis Hawks can get those on the rack at the Blue and Orange
He's already
store.
seen them. Of course,
everybody can get in there, and they can purchase those. I don't wear Boise State jerseys, but a white, like Stormtrooper white, Ashton Genty #2 would be stinking sick. If I was a Boise State fan, that would be my jersey. The white #2, the blue letter, Genty on the back. I would rock that.
You would think they could sell a
the
ton
place.
of those around this town, man.
Yeah, I would think so.
They have the Genty T-shirts. They got a way to figure out the way to get the jerseys this year.
Yeah, Ahmed, Genty. You got some marketable players on this team. That would be a fun experience. But yeah, it would be fun to see the new uniform.
All right, new uniforms coming probably today. Again, you got the kick with Jonah Dolmas. You're going to come out here and try to watch that, right?
If I can, we're not on the air.
65 yards, again, over Stadium Swim. He is going to be kicking a field goal over Stadium Swim. We're looking forward to that. Wow. It's going to be a lot of fun. And tell you what, Johnny, been a fun day. It's hot out here, but it's a good time. And we appreciate those of you that have watched. And again, there's people. I see a guy, 3 beers into a 6-pack already at 9:50. Johnny. Thanks again for joining us, guys. Have a great rest of your day. They're announcing throwback players are in the college football game. Somebody's saying they better get Kellen. There's throwback players in the game. Have you heard about that?
I haven't, but you probably get some cheat code, or you can type
Jared
it
Zabransky
in.
or something.
If you win, I can see Z in the game over Kellen because he's a former cover boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe that's what you do.
I don't know about throw-in players. Do you really want to you're going to put Kellen Moore and have him operate this Boise State team? Like, people might like that. I don't know. Come on.
All right, well, thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of your day. 3 o'clock back in Boise.
Yes.
Make sure you're listening to KTIK. I'll be on there. Bob Beeler will be on there as well. Yep. Thanks again, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you 3 o'clock with KTIK, and then 8 hours of coverage starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow up from the third floor conference room. Again, Bronco Nation News live at Mountain West Media Days, BroncoNationNews.com.